Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I'm a freelancer in Cornwall, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Now you guys might be wondering where I am, as if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll notice this is not my house. This is not the normal backdrop of any of my videos. That's because I've just checked into this beautiful little Airbnb in Wheal Rose for a solo retreat. I have to caveat and say this is also for work. So this is a client who has an Airbnb and is also a masseuse and offers massage therapies for her guests too. So she really wanted someone to come in and capture the space. Unsurprisingly, I took no persuading in taking this job, because who wouldn't want to come and stay in a beautiful little cottage like this and get a free massage and have dinner cooked for them? It was a no-brainer. Today's Monday, it's 5 p.m. at the moment, so I've been working from home all day, and then I just jumped in my car to come over here. I've got probably another good hour of light before we start to lose the light in this particular part of the cottage, so I'm just going to capture some beautiful interior shots. I can get anything that I can't get today tomorrow morning, and then I'm being treated to a massage, which I'm so excited for. Have a bit of dinner, and then yeah, I guess just wind down and enjoy the space. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm very glad you're here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go and capture some great content for my client. This place is so lovely. I've just had a massage and I did not know how much I needed that. I feel so relaxed. The lady who owns this Airbnb and runs the retreats cooked me this amazing plant-based dinner. It was spicy jerk tofu with mango, avocado and courgette salad with jasmine rice. I'm not vegan at all, but if vegan meals taste that good, I could be convinced. It's such a lovely offering that she has here. You can kind of pick and choose what elements you want. So you could come and stay here as a couple or as a solo person and opt for having a massage, or you can opt for having like a breathwork coach come to the house and like do some mindfulness with you and exercises and things like that. You can have a facial. There's just so much that my client's doing with this place, and it's such a good idea. I don't think I've heard of anything like this in Cornwall, where you can actually come to a beautiful Airbnb and be cooked for and have massage therapies and have like options for when you want to do that. I only had my first proper massage when I was 28, so 2 years ago. I can't believe that I hadn't done it before, to be honest. I am someone who's super ticklish, and I'm not the most tactile person. Like, I'm not very touchy-feely. So I was really worried that I just wouldn't find it enjoyable and I'd be wasting my money. I'd recommend to anyone who was thinking about getting a massage but wasn't sure if it would be for them. I was exactly the same, but no, that was incredible, and the one I just had now was amazing, and I will 1000% be back for more. Sometimes these are the perks of the job. Like, I think I've shared, you know, kind of in like an everyday week where I'm sat at the desk a lot, and probably quite boring for you guys to watch, but it's good to kind of like show the balance, because not every day is like this. Night guys, catch you in the morning. Good morning guys, it's Tuesday. I've just woken up at the Airbnb. Well, I've not just woken up, I have showered and gotten ready. It has been so relaxing being here, even though I have been working. I just curled up with a book last night, read for a bit and then dozed off. Woke up in the morning to the sunlight hitting my face. I love staying in new places as well. It's always really fun to wake up in a new place. Basically just need to pack up, get a few little outside shots, because they've got a little outdoor space there. And it was actually raining when I got here yesterday. Not really heavily, but enough for it to kind of not look great on the camera. So yeah, we can get some bits today. This is the book I was reading last night. It's called Seeking Slow, Reclaim Moments of Calm in Your Day, and I was actually really enjoying it, but I haven't managed to finish it, and I feel a bit cheeky asking if I can take it to borrow, so maybe I'll buy this one. But it was basically all about like slow living and how, you know, we live in such a fast-paced world, and it's always difficult because with social media I feel like really conflicted about that, because on the one hand I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for social media. If I didn't have my social media marketing business, I would not be sat in this Airbnb enjoying this space and, yes, working, but also having the perks of having a free massage and getting to stay here and, yeah, just experience new things. And I've had a lot of that in my social media marketing career. I've traveled to new places that I may not have had the opportunity to go to if it wasn't for social media. I've eaten out in different restaurants, I stayed in different hotels and Airbnbs. But on the other side of the coin, you do wonder when you're on social media and you're creating content and you're documenting everything, if you are really truly being present in the moment, or if you're missing out on something by not being truly present in the moment. I don't really feel like it's too much of an issue for me, because I do try to be very mindful about the time that I spend capturing the content versus the time actually spent in the moment. So for example, if you watch any of the content on my YouTube channel or over on Instagram or TikTok, you might be thinking, okay, she's gone on that trip or that day out and all she's done is spent time on her phone. But because I do this every day for a living, I am very good at seeing the shot, capturing it, and then putting the phone away and being like, I know that which shots I need to get, if that makes sense. It's not that I'm like trying to literally film every single second of that activity or that experience. It's being a bit more strategic about it, but also just knowing that I do really enjoy capturing content. It is something that I grapple with a lot because there is a lot of negative tension around social media, and this book was kind of highlighting, you know, how it's really important to take digital detoxes and have days where you don't document things or don't go on your phone. And I have had a few days like that where I thought, oh my God, this would be so good for the vlog or so good for Instagram. And I've actually said, no, today is not a social media day. Today is not a day that we're going to film. We're going to put the camera away. And, you know, just having like that balance is really important, I think. I'm going to go pack my bag and check out. Sad times, but it's been lovely, and I will leave all of the details for this particular cottage and where you can book if you're interested in coming to visit this space in Cornwall in the description below, so do check it out. Oh, I've just got home and the Wi-Fi is broken. Why? We have no luck in this house with Wi-Fi, I tell you. We have had such a drama from the moment I moved in about 2 months ago. It's fine, it's being fixed, but yeah, I'm just gonna take this as the universe's decision for me today to actually go out and work somewhere remotely and enjoy the sunshine. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head to SeaSpace because I haven't been there in over a week. I have a lot of work to get done because obviously I was at my little retreat, and it's now, what time is it, 11:30 almost, so I do need to really crack on with the day. I'll definitely use this as an excuse though this evening to go for a swim or something, or go sit on the beach after work, because I wouldn't do that if I was working from home because it's just a little bit of a drive, whereas if I'm already in Newquay then I can just, yeah, enjoy a bit of sunshine. So it's not the worst thing to happen in the world. These things happen, it's totally fine. The more I think about this, the more I'm happy that that Wi-Fi is broken, because it gets me out of the house today, and what a gorgeous day it is today. In other news, Taylor Swift just announced a new album. What a time to be alive. I'm so excited. Workday done for me. I am just walking down to Porth beach now, and then I'm just gonna chill on the beach for a bit, maybe go for a swim before I head home. To the quietest corner on the beach, I reckon, but this is the view. Stunning. I'm gonna go in the water in a mo because I think the tide's coming out, so this bit might get a little bit cut off quite soon, so it might be best if I just go for my dip now and then sit in the sun. It's literally 5:45 and it's so hot still. I feel like I made a big mistake not bringing my hat and sun cream, but yeah, I'm just gonna spend an hour here, read my book for a bit, and then we can head home and make some dinner. That was a very refreshing dip. It is not lost on me the fact that I can finish work and walk to this beach in less than 2 minutes and be in the sea. This is why I love living in Cornwall so much. It might not be perfect all of the time, and winter can be a bit long, but the summers here are just amazing, and it feels like every day you're living in someone else's summer holiday. It's really weird. But yeah, feeling very grateful this evening. I'm just making something super simple for dinner, and it's kind of one of my staples at the moment. So it's basically these rice noodles, which literally take like 2 minutes to boil and cook, and then a little bit of chicken, which I'm just going to fry up in there, and then I'm going to put some broccoli with it as well, some tender stem. But basically you cook up the chicken and it literally just season it in, well, I just do like paprika, garlic and a bit of salt, and then you cook these, drain them off, and then put these cooked noodles in with the chicken, and then you get Philadelphia light and stir that in, and then add a tiny bit of maple syrup, and it makes this like really lovely, like creamy, sweet noodle dish, and it does not take very long at all. I've also made it with prawns before, and that works really well too, but I actually had some chicken in the freezer to use up. So yeah, that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. I will show you the end result when it's done. This is the final result. It's one of those meals that doesn't really look like much, but trust me, it's so delicious and so quick to make. I literally cooked that in about 15 minutes maybe max, and if you got something that was already cooked like prawns that you could just throw in, it would honestly take about 5 minutes. I'm having the worst Wednesday ever. Woke up this morning, had a meeting in the diary for 9:30, thought that the Wi-Fi was going to be fixed, went to log on, no Wi-Fi. So I thought, okay, it's fine, this has happened before, and we just use our hotspot on our phone, that's fine. I'll hotspot off my phone to do this call. This call is 2 hours long, but I've got enough data to cover that. And it just wasn't working. I've never had a problem with hotspotting before as a backup plan, because if I had known that, I would have doubly made sure that I was somewhere with Wi-Fi, but I thought it's okay because even though the Wi-Fi was meant to be fixed, I had that as a backup. But yeah, it wasn't working. So literally 20 minutes before my client was going to jump on the call with me, I had to message and be like, I'm so sorry. And thankfully they were so understanding and literally like, don't even sweat it, we can do it tomorrow. So the new plan is tomorrow to drive to my parents' house, which is over an hour away, just to do this goddamn call. But that's fine, because as long as my client's fine, I don't care. But yeah, so it's just really messed up my week, to be honest. And I know this is first world problems, and absolutely, totally can see that. It's so fine. I'm just having a day. I'm just having a day, and if I can't let it out on my little YouTube channel, like, where can I? So I did a little bit at home of what I could do on my phone, which was basically just some video editing. But I was just getting really frustrated with not being able to crack on with the things that I need to do. So I've driven to Truro, to the Alverton, because that's a great spot to work from that I've used before. I actually used to work for the Alverton many years ago, which is quite funny. So yeah, they've got good Wi-Fi, they've got good coffee. So I think I'm just going to set myself up for a couple of hours to use their Wi-Fi, buy a coffee. And then the reason I've picked Truro to come to today is because I'm actually getting my hair cut at 4, which is so overdue. You know it's bad when you message your hairdresser to ask for an appointment and she goes, oh, I'm glad you've called. I mean, my hairdresser has been my hairdresser for over 10 years now, and quite frankly, if she moved to the moon, I would still book an appointment with her and get a rocket up there, because once you find a good hairdresser, I feel like you just can't, there's like no looking back. You just stick with them unless they literally retire. So we're going to go see Jade and she's going to sort out my hair. I wanted to get some colour done as well, because I'm very aware that at the moment I'm actually both brunette and blonde, and that's not really the plan. So this is my natural colour, and basically I was blonde for a good, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years now, and I loved being blonde, but it's such an upkeep. So when I went freelance and I did all my travelling, I was like, I can't afford to be going and getting my hair, you know, a full head of highlights every, you know, couple of months. So I decided to grow it out and go for my more natural look, which I do love, and I actually think it does suit me more, and I'm ready to move back into my natural brunette era, even though I'm actually going grey, but we're not going to talk about that. So she's booked me in for colour next month when she's got more time, but I was like, we need to get a haircut in the diary because I haven't had my hair done since March. It can't be March. It was March. That is, well, that's just not a good amount of time to not be getting your hair done, especially when you've been in the sun a lot, which is what I have been doing, and you're in the water a lot, like the ocean, the sea water. I don't think that's very good for your hair either. So yeah, we're getting a cut at 4, so that should be pretty quick. But that's basically why I've picked to come to the Alverton in Truro, because I can park here and then walk down, which will be handy. And then this evening I have no plans. There's no Wi-Fi at home, so maybe I'll just sit and read a book under candlelight like a Victorian. I don't know. It's first world problems, and I am laughing about it now. I feel better for having a little rant. It's actually mad though, isn't it, how reliant we are on Wi-Fi and technology working. Even the other day when I was heading out for my drive, I was thinking, how in God's name did our parents, well, my parents, I remember, navigate Cornwall, or anywhere for that matter, when they were out on like a day trip? Because I remember very vividly as a child being sat in the back, and my dad would be driving and my mum would have the map, the literal map out, and be like, oh yeah, okay, you need to turn right here. I just honestly couldn't. Like, how did anyone solo travel before technology is what I'd like to know. Because that's great, you know, my dad's driving and he's got his co-pilot, my mum, reading her map, but how is anyone who wants to go out for a solo day like I did last weekend, like, how are they doing it? They can't be like holding the map. It just baffles me. Anyway, enough chat. I am gonna head in, get a coffee, just decompress from this stressful morning, and yeah, also just get some work done because it's been a bit of a write-off. I'll catch up with you guys later, probably after I've had my hair cut, so you can see the little transition. Was actually so productive. I got so much done, and then I also downloaded a lot of stuff that I can do at home without Wi-Fi, so I can actually do a little bit of work this evening to catch up. But I'm just walking down now to the hairdressers to see Jade and get my hair cut, so next time I see you guys, hopefully this will be looking in a lot better condition than it is right now. This is the finished product. We actually took a lot of length off, more than I was hoping we would have to, because it was so sun damaged, and my hairdresser was like, look, we can either just take a little bit off and be here in this scenario in a few months time, or we can just bite the bullet, give it a bit more of a chop, a bit of more of a dramatic chop, and cut off all the dead ends. And then as I'm growing out my natural colour anyway, this has had a lot of bleach on over the years, so we're getting to a point now where like my natural colour is starting to come down. So yeah, that was the plan, and we just ended up cutting off quite a bit, so it feels a lot shorter, but it also feels so much more thick and healthy. And I've been given homework, which is to use Moroccan oil in my hair again, which I used to use religiously, and then I think when I went travelling I never packed it, and then when I got back I'd fallen out of the routine and kind of forgotten. So yeah, that's the little hair update. I am going to get it coloured next month, so this is not the final result in terms of colour, because again, as you can see, it's very much like brunette, blonde, dramatic. So I think the plan for next month is to put some low lights through and then just let my natural colour grow through even more. And it should be looking more of like dark brunette for the winter. Yay! Been a long old day, so I'm gonna head in and make some dinner, and I will catch up with you guys later. Morning guys, happy Thursday. I have just arrived at the Lizard. I'm working from my parents' house today and using their Wi-Fi whilst ours gets sorted. I have just done the hour drive. It's 8:30 now, and I'm not gonna lie, the whole drive I was just listening to the new podcast with Taylor Swift.
It is a great time to be a Swiftie, guys. It's a great time to be a Swiftie. A new album has just been announced, and yeah, I've just been jumping on all of the fan life. I feel like if you're not a Swiftie, then it's just like, cool, so another artist has just announced another album. If you are a Swiftie, you know this is a fun time for us. I've got my meeting with my client that got cancelled this morning, and then just general stuff to do, really. So I'm not sure what today is going to entail, but lots of cute cuddles with my cat and catching up with my mum as well will be really nice. Also, I'm absolutely obsessed with this haircut now. I know, again, like it doesn't even look that different, but to me it feels like I've just had a whole new refresh, and I absolutely love it. We've got a very sleepy cat. Oh, have I woken the beast? Oh, I just love him so much. My heart literally aches when I look at this cat. Okay, it's gone completely. Sorry guys, I've been absolutely crap at vlogging today. I've just been at my parents' house working and then caught up with my mum, drove home, got back about 7 p.m, but had my delivery arrive of a new bikini, which I'm torn. I don't know if I love it or don't love it. So any help in the comments? I'm saying this like I'm going to have this edited and published in the time window in which I have to return this. I think I do like it. It's kind of giving Santorini vibes. And also, as like a slightly larger chested gal, it's got underwire, and I can't really wear a bikini unless it's got underwire. But also I hate bikinis that are padded because, again, I don't need any help in that department, if you get what I'm saying. But I do need some lift, so I do like that it's got that in there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, I bought myself a new book on my way home, which wasn't the plan, but I've nearly finished my other book. Not gonna lie, it's getting to be a bit of a chore to get to the end of that one. I'm not hooked, whereas I read one by Leanne Moriarty last summer. I've read Big Little Lies before, and I also read, what's her other one? I think it's on the back here. 9 Perfect Strangers, that's it. Read that one and really enjoyed both of those books. But then equally, I tried Apples Never Fall, and I'm not gonna lie, sorry to anyone who enjoyed that book, but that was such a dreadful book that I couldn't even finish it, and that's saying something because I will stick with a book once I've started it. But yeah, I'm excited to give this one a read. I think I'm going to start it this weekend. I'm just about to hop in the shower and then get an early night because I've got a big shoot tomorrow, which I will try and vlog. So I'm going to bid you good night and I'll speak to you guys in the morning. It's Friday and I am just heading off to a content shoot, and it's a fun one. Look what's in my bag of props. It's a lot of fruit. We've got apples, oranges, lemons, peaches, mangoes. This is what life is like as a content creator. You're constantly walking around with a bag of props and they're normally quite random. Yesterday I literally rinsed the fruit aisle in Sainsbury's. The shoot today is at St Austell Brewery, which is really quite a full circle moment because if you know me, you know that I worked there for 2 years before I moved to London, and it's the first time I've been back since I left, which is crazy that I'm back now as a freelancer. I did do a job with the brewery a few months ago, but that was not actually at the brewery, whereas this is at the place that I used to work. Like, I'll be going back to my old office, seeing some familiar faces, which will be lovely. The shoot today is going to be drinks focused, which is why I've got all of the fruit, because I think we're making some cocktails and other fun bits where we're using the core ingredients and then like transforming them into the drinks. Got some fun ideas. It's quite a quick one. We've only got a 2-hour window. It's 7:45 now and I need to be there in an hour. So it's not really an hour's drive, but I'm going to head off soon because I don't like to be late. And the earlier I get there, the more time I have to set up. It's another beautiful day as well. This weather is just the gift that keeps on giving. I'm so here for it. From the shoot, I absolutely loved that. That was so much fun. It was so weird going back to the brewery though, because
I used to work there for a good 2.5 years, and it was one of those jobs that I absolutely loved, and I wouldn't have left if it wasn't for getting an opportunity to move to London. If I was staying in Cornwall at that time in my life, I would have 100% stayed in that job because it was so much fun and the people that I worked with were just lovely. So yeah, it was quite nice to see a few familiar faces, and everyone was just really lovely. They were quite excited to see me and really pleased that I was doing my freelance stuff now. And yeah, we got loads of good shots in the bag, came home with a few free drinks as well, and a lot of fruit. Absolutely not going to go to waste, but also that's a lot of fruit for one girl to eat. Time now is 1 o'clock, so I think I'm going to make some lunch and then carry on with the rest of today's tasks, wrapping up the week, scheduling posts. It's so tempting to kind of take the rest of the day off because it's so warm today and I feel like I should be sat on a beach right now, but I've got a lot to do. So we're going to finish off the day, finish off the working week, and then we've got the whole weekend to relax. Had a delivery from Shoe. Very excited because I know exactly what this is because I ordered it. No gifting going on here just yet. Let's open this box. Of course, I have bought a new pair of Birkenstocks. If you watched my last video, you'll know that to say my Birkenstocks have seen better days is an understatement. They are that bad I couldn't even possibly show you on camera. And it's been well overdue buying a new pair. I always get black Birks normally, but I went for this brown colour and they look pretty nice. I'm quite happy with those. I nearly went for the lilac, but I kind of bottled it when I got to the checkout because I feel like those colourful Birks, I love them so much, but they're not going to go with everything. And I wear my Birkenstocks to death. So I feel like I need a pair that are going to kind of go with everything as a staple. And maybe I could get another colour as a little like treat. I kind of need a colour that will just go with everything, to be honest. So that's why I got these. But I also don't know if I picked them up in the right size. So I'm going to try these on and see. I'm also not sure if I bought the right size or not because it's been that long since I've bought a pair of Birks because I'm making my other pair last as long as humanly possible, but they are physically not able to be worn anymore. They are in such a state. So I went for a 6, but I'm not sure whether I'm a 5 or a 6. I will try them on and see if they fit. I'm just flagging, to be honest. It's 4 o'clock now and I still got a few bits to do, but also they could technically be pushed to Monday, but then I'm like, oh, will I be doing myself dirty by Monday comes around and I've got loads of stuff to do that I should have done today, and really there is still a good 2 hours of the working day left. I'm just so tired after that shoot. So much fun, but I think just using a lot of creative energy and seeing all these people and just, I don't know, I just feel a bit exhausted, to be honest. And I kind of want to do nothing this evening, but then I'm also torn because the weather is so nice outside that I feel like I should go to the beach or something, or go for a swim or a walk. So I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do, whether it's either going to be one extreme or the other. I'm either going to go for a long walk and a swim, or I'm literally going to just rot on the sofa and call it a day. So I'm not sure. I can't tell you what I'm going to do. Let's try these on, see if they fit. But I do like the brown. I like the brown. I'm happy. Guys, they fit, so they are keepers. And I officially love the brown colour. Just something a little bit different, not wildly different from the black, but still different enough that I feel like I've got a new pair of shoes. As I said, I was tempted by some of the more colourful ones, and maybe that would make a great second pair, but I just need a staple pair that I can wear day in, day out that goes with everything, and I think these definitely tick the box. I've decided to stay in because I'm not going to lie, I am so tired this evening. It looks like there's going to be quite a nice sunset outside, and that does make me feel a bit bad, but I also have this thing where I struggle so much to just sit and do nothing. And I just think I need an evening in. I need an evening where I'm not editing vlogs or doing work or socialising. I just need a relaxing evening. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to make myself feel bad for it. However, in the spirit of having to always do something, I am going to paint my nails. I've got my nail lamp here. I've been doing my own nails for as long as I can remember, honestly, and I'm not a nail technician or anything like that. I don't do any fancy nail art, but I do have this gel lamp that has been with me through thick and thin. This thing actually has lasted a good 10 years maybe. I had this at university, so that's how long ago that was. Yeah, I just tend to do my own gel nails because I think it saves money, but it also doesn't really save time because it honestly takes me about 2 hours to do my nails. So it's very much like a whole evening activity. In terms of colour, I think I'm going to go for this orange, like vibrant orange colour. If you can see that. Also guys, I really need a new series to get into because I finished I finished Love Island, and I finished the series that I was watching that I started the other day. What was it called? Finding Alice. And yeah, I just need something that I can get really gripped into. I want something plot twisty and very full of suspense. I've seen a lot of people have been watching The Summer That I Turned Pretty, which I don't know if that's plot twisty or not. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the last like really good plot twisty thing I watched. I think it was You, with Penn Badgley, and that was phenomenal. What an ending to that series, and that's, yeah, season. No spoilers though.
Good morning, it is Saturday and I have just parked up in Truro because I've made a very, very last minute eyebrow appointment. Finished my nails last night and this is the colour that we went with, which I'm very happy with, really bright and summery. I actually woke up with zero plans today, but a lot on my to-do list. One of the things on my to-do list was to find a new eyebrow place to get my eyebrows waxed, because I was going to someone in Houston who was excellent, but they're just a bit too far for me now to drive that way. Unless I'm going to see my parents, I'm not really over in that direction. So yeah, I thought I'd probably should find someone a little bit more local. So I was doing that this morning, just having a look at places that I could book, and I found a place in Truro and they had a really last minute appointment, literally like within an hour of me booking. So I literally booked it and then jumped in the car and here I am. And then I think I'm just gonna have a little mooch around town because I came into Truro earlier in the week to get my hair done, but I didn't really have much time to hang around, whereas today I've got a bit more time on my hands. So I thought maybe I could get a little coffee after, start my new book, and perhaps have a look for some walking shoes because I desperately need to buy a pair, especially with the autumn winter months coming up. I really want to do some fun hikes and just, yeah, not be in a situation again where I'm walking in shoes that are so bad for me because my feet are still blistered from last weekend and it's not great. So yeah, that's kind of on the agenda today. I don't really have any other plans, and as I said, this is quite last minute. I am gonna head out now to get these brows waxed and then we can catch up later. £6.30 for 3 hours of parking. What a daylight robbery that was. This is the most random building for an eyebrow studio I think I've ever been in. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm not sure if I'm in the right place or not. Very happy with those. Back in the car, that was such a lovely afternoon. I would have happily stayed in that coffee shop for a lot longer, but my parking was expiring. I even tried to extend it on the Just Park app, but it wouldn't let me, and I was in the car park literally the other side of town, so there was no even way that I could run and move the car. It's nearly 3 o'clock now, so I'm just gonna head over to Tesco's, get my food shop done. I'm really happy with my eyebrows. I'm so glad that I found someone a bit more local to me now that is very good at doing them, so I'll definitely be going back to her. And then I just had a little mooch around the shops, which I haven't done in ages. I've done a bit of online shopping, but haven't actually like walked around the shops and had a look for quite a while. I did have a look at hiking boots, but I don't know what it is about hiking boots. Why are they all so ugly? And I'm sorry if you don't agree, but I just think all hiking boots are so disgusting. And I couldn't decide on a pair. I think I need to go with a friend or something and get some kind of like, I don't know, reassurance. And also in that shop, they didn't have any mirrors, which is really, really stupid, and probably a huge reason why I didn't even try on many pairs, to be honest. I tried on one pair and then I tried to get my camera to like see what it looks like, but there were no mirrors, so how was I meant to see what it looks like on my foot? I could tell it fitted, but yeah, not ideal. So that's some feedback for that shop. Anyway, let's go and get this food shop done, and then yeah, finish off the afternoon with a little bit of work, and then making some dinner and having quite a chilled out evening. I feel like I've actually had a little bit of a glow up in this vlog. Morning guys, the tiredness is real. I've just been to a sunrise yoga session at SeaSpace, which was really lovely, but yeah, just quite early. It started at 7:15, so I had to leave my house at 6:45, which is fine. That's a normal time to be up for sure, but is it a normal time to be up on a Sunday? Debatable. When my alarm went off this morning at 6, I was like, I just can't get out of bed. But I managed to drag myself here, and it was a nice session, although I've had better, I've had worse, if that makes sense. Probably needed a little bit more time to wake up. What I might do is get a coffee and sit in SeaSpace's cafe for a little bit, do what I've got to do on my laptop now, because I think I'll feel better if I just get my stuff that I need to get done accomplished earlier in the day. Can't get over how windy it is out there. It is such a beautiful day, but a complete write-off because of the wind. I actually got so much done. It's now 10:30 and I've already done my workout, and I've done a bit of work that I was just putting off. You know when you're just like, those are the tasks that you really need to do for the day, but you put them off because you want to do the smaller, like low-hanging fruit kind of tasks. That's how I work anyway. Sometimes I'm tempted to do the little itty bitty tasks because they give me that dopamine of like ticking it off, and then the larger tasks I leave till the last minute and then I'm stressing about it. So I'm so happy with myself that I was like, no, stop putting off this task, like just get it done. And I got it done. So now we've got the rest of Sunday to actually enjoy as a day off. And even though I was mega tired when I woke up this morning, I'm so glad that I got up and got it done. There's definitely something to be said about being productive in the mornings and how that makes you feel. And I'm definitely going to try and be a bit more of a morning person, because there was a time where I used to get up at like 5, half 5 in the morning and do kind of like my own content creation stuff before I started my 9 to 5. And I feel like now I am a freelancer, I'm normally up by at least like 7:30. And I always try and start work at 9, but there is like a little bit of leeway between having to, like, not having a manager, I suppose, or a boss to be like, why aren't you in the office at this time? And with that, you can sometimes not hold your own self accountable. So I think I'm definitely going to try and start implementing earlier mornings into my routine, even if it is just to get up and do a workout rather than start work earlier, because yeah, it just feels like I've already got so much done and it's only 10:30. So yeah, I love this feeling so much. Sorry guys, it is actually the next day. I ended up just getting home yesterday from my yoga session with the intention to relax for a few hours and then go out and do something else. But I just didn't have the energy yesterday to do a single thing apart from a few bits around the house that wasn't really vlog worthy. I made something nice for dinner, but honestly that was about to the extent of yesterday. I just have this like weird pressure sometimes within myself to always squeeze the most out of any opportunity, any day. And I think this comes hand in hand with running your own business as well, because I really struggle to say no sometimes to opportunities that come my way. And it has happened once or twice in the last month where I've had a lead or an opportunity or an inquiry, and I have painfully had to say, I'm sorry, I don't have capacity to take this on right now. And yeah, I just think for someone who like always wants to be doing something and never saying no to any opportunity, it's very easy to burn out. And I think yesterday that's what I was feeling. I got home and I sat down and I was just like, I can't think of anything worse than like going outside again and like going for a walk or just being around other people. I just needed a bit of like insular me time, a little bit of binging Netflix and just sitting around and kind of doing nothing. And sometimes doing nothing is the most productive thing you can do, because I have woken up this morning feeling like I did have a weekend, feeling quite well rested and a bit more capable of like taking on the week and hitting Monday with my best foot forward. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'd also love to get your guys' opinion on what you'd like to see more on this channel. Now we are probably like a month in, this is video 5. Love to know what you guys would like to see more of. Is it the more outdoorsy stuff, exploring Cornwall, showing you places to go and visit when you're here in Cornwall from a local's perspective? Is it more of the like day-to-day freelance stuff? Because I feel like this vlog in particular has been a good mix of both of those things. If there's anything else, please just let me know. Always open to feedback. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope you have a wonderful week.